Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Jasmine here today with a skincare lab, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the no heat flaxseed gel. Just a quick note, if you have not seen that video, go ahead and check it out. I linked it in the link below, and it has full description with formula, how to make the flaxseed gel, and how you can actually make it. And I just wanted to elaborate a little bit on that because the video is pretty quick. It's so quick and so easy that I wanted to make a second video to elaborate on some of the benefits. I love flaxseed gel, but a little bit of moment of transparency here. I love formulating, don't get me wrong, but as a mom and as a business owner, just with so many different things to do, making your own stuff all the time can get exhausting. And the reason why I stopped making flaxseed gel is because of the fact that it's a pain to make and it just takes time. It's hot, you have to boil it a certain way, and then on top of that, it doesn't even last long, so you have to consistently keep making it. And it was a big problem. So even though it was my favorite, I stopped making it because of the fact that it was just so inconvenient. I actually accidentally stumbled on this method trying to make flax milk, and I ended up making a really cool flaxseed gel, and I just been making it this way for years. It's so much easier to make. It saves time on two different ways. One of the ways that it saves time is because it actually lasts longer, being that it's not broken down by the heat. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but flaxseed gel tends to last maybe a few days to a week, especially without preservative, even if you refrigerate it. Sometimes it can last 2 weeks or longer, it really just depends, but it generally has a very short expiration date. I've noticed significant lasting times whenever I do this cold process and I don't soak it for a long period of time. It seems that because you make it fresher, it stays fresh, and it has the life that it's supposed to have when it has the water that makes it gel. And because whenever you heat it up, it destroys some of the properties on top of that too. That's one of the benefits, is that you get all those nutrients, but when you heat it up, you destroy some of its natural properties because you have to heat it to extract the gel to properly strain it. Now with this method, it preserves the nutrients that you have, and it also lasts longer in the fridge in case you don't want to get a preservative. My longest batch has actually lasted me for about 6 months in the refrigerator with no preservative. Now, even at that time, it didn't smell funky, but I still threw it out just as a precaution. I know that certain things need to be tested for microbials because they develop over time. They can't always be seen or smelt. However, just in my opinion, as a simple DIY mama, it lasts significantly longer in the refrigerator than it does the heat method. But one thing to note is that it still will need to be refrigerated without a preservative. And even with the preservative, because it's a raw and natural ingredient, I would advise, it can be hard to preserve depending on what preservative you use for shelf stability. I've used Germall Plus and I haven't had an issue, but to still maximize its freshness, even with the preservative, I still recommend refrigerating it just to keep it extra fresh. Also, this formula does not need an emulsifier or a oil solubilizer. And I'm speaking based off of my personal experience. Your experience may be different, how you make it may be different. However, with mine, usually with gels, they don't emulsify, but they can suspend and hold oils and water in place so that they don't separate depending on the ratio. With my formula, you can add, I would say, just a small margin of oils. I really love to do emollient oils like castor oil. I personally love coconut oil. I know it's not for everybody, and olive oil, or even if you want to use those infused oils, if you want to add like a rose oil, essential oil. Rose hip is really great for shiny hair as well. You can add oils in it and it'll suspend, and you won't have any separation over time. In the video towards the end, you did see that I added the vegetable glycerin and some gelling agents. You don't need to add those. However, for my hair and for my daughter's hair, I like a little bit extra hold, shine, and conditioning. So I personally like xanthan and guar gum because they're good conditioners, and they also add like more hydration and suspension of the oils to the formula. But it can do just fine without them, and it can still have a pretty great hold. I do recommend them though, even with the vegetable glycerin, because it attracts more water and it holds it in, that you probably want to go ahead and add that in there if you do have more curly or coarse type hair, like once you start getting into like 3B into like, the 4 ranges, then I would advise doing the method that I did towards the end. Another thing that's great about the flaxseed gel is you can add other gels to it. I've actually made a triple gel before that was flaxseed gel, aloe vera, and sea moss gel. And of course, you do different things to extract them. I did the method where I extracted aloe straight from the plant. For sea moss, you make the gel, you rinse it, you clean it, you hydrate it. That does take soaking overnight, just for those that want to know. know about that. And then you blend it up and it makes a really scalp nutrient dense type of gel that's really natural and that you can use in your hair. So you can add things like those to the gel if you want to as part of your gelling agents. Another thing that you can add as well are herbs. Now that's what you saw me do in the video yesterday. You can do them like a tea, and adding them in the water portion along with the letting the seeds soak for just a few minutes really brings out those benefits from the herbs in a much more concentrated way than you would get, say, if you're using like an oil extracting method. So I used fenugreek and hibiscus. Hibiscus helps with building keratin and protein, so it's really good in supporting protein in your hair. And then fenugreek helps with a lot of scalp issues, dermatitis and things like that. Obviously, you need to use whatever herbs suit you best. People may have certain sensitivities to certain herbs, can't take them during certain times because of whatever. You can do other herbs like roses, hibiscus, horsetail. You can do chebe, you can do turmeric. And there's so many different ways that you can really, if you wanted to make this your own and add in your own additives, your own herbal blends, your own oils, this is really that type of signature product that you can do. So this is why I love that, because for me, gels work the best for mine and my family's hair. And this is a way that I can really get that nice nutrient dense hair food that is also saves me time. It's efficient. It doesn't take hours or days to do, and it's very, very easy to make. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, like I said in the beginning, go check out that video and just see if you like it. I promise it's a game changer. I hope this video gives a little bit more insight into the video. I know it seemed pretty short and fast, but just so you guys get that extra amount of information, I wanted to go ahead and make that available to you guys so you guys can go try it out. I promise you're gonna love it. And I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.